Hello Wanderers, and welcome back to the Outer Worlds. I'm so happy to be back on the Groundbreaker with you all, and I think our first order of business is getting our ship ungrounded. First, we'll go track down Udon Bedford at the embassy, and then we'll go see about helping Junlei with this heating problem on the ship. I have a small feeling that once we're done helping her with that, her and Parvati are going to have a little alone time to celebrate.
Have you seen this man?
You ever hard up for
Reward
work?
offered for
Try
information leading to the
salvage.
capture of noted
Good pay
terrorist
if you're
Phineas
more than
Wells.
flexible.
Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch anything.
You'd think the board and its agents would be more content, sitting at the top of the system's food chain as they are.
Tossball finals are scheduled to air soon, but a scandal has rocked the league and thrown this pivotal game into question. Both...
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
Alex is dead.
Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped?
I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have.
What was your relationship with him?
He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he?
I wouldn't know. He died in an escape pod accident.
Oh. Awful business, that. But why? How? No. Best not to ask after the gory details.
Again, I'm very sorry. Can we get back to the matter at hand?
Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all?
Why is the board so interested in Wells anyway?
You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm.
Why do you think I'd know anything about Wells?
Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. Maybe he kept some records around, or a conveniently placed note on his bedside table.
Alex never mentioned Phineas Wells.
That's... well, that's just terrible news. Oh, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with?
What's this about the board having your head?
It's personal business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. Well, it's my white whale, I suppose.
I can't tell you where Wells is.
It's fine. Really, it's perfectly fine. I understand. Now, if you've nothing else, please see yourself out. I'd like to drown myself in work.
I wanted to ask you something else.
Be my guest.
What do you do here exactly?
I'm the certified representative of the board's interests here on the Groundbreaker. I'm their eyes, ears, and busy little hands.
Big fish in a small space station. Nice setup.
I have few complaints.
Can you get me to Stellar Bay?
Good law! Who'd want to go to that toxic hell pit?
So, no?
No. Emphatically no. Unequivocally no. Immutably no.
No would have done it. You didn't have to crack open a thesaurus.
Best to be clear, I believe.
Does it seem hot in here to you?
Law, but it's miserable. My underarms are damp. How can I be expected to work in these conditions? Chief Tennyson is supposedly looking into the cause, but I've seen no action from her. Deplorable conduct. My superiors will be hearing about it. You can be certain of that.
She's doing everything she can. It's your people's fault it's not fixed, not Junlei's.
My, aren't you... excitable.
Don't talk to her that way.
Oh, sweetie. I don't owe a grease-stained wrench jockey like her the time of day, let alone my deference.
Take it back. Now.
I'm sorry, my temper got away from me. Please accept my sincerest apologies to you and your friend.
Does that work for you, Parvati?
Oh, I'm not used to folks saying sorry. It's not all right exactly, but I appreciate the apology, I guess.
Well, now that that's dealt with, was there anything else you wanted to discuss?
Why are there armed guards in here?
Oh, you've noticed my friends. Wonderful. Aren't their guns very large? Tremendously impressive. They're here to keep the peace, of course.
To watch your back, you mean?
Precisely. Groundbreaker makes much ado about its independent status and so resents any board presence, no matter how benign.
You call keeping offices on their promenade benign?
When the alternative is board guards at their gates, yes, I do. They don't see it that way, of course, but I can't say I much care.
What are those locked doors in the back?
A luxury stateroom, reserved for Chairman Rockwell's use.
Does the chairman visit often?
Oh, good law, of course not. He'd never set foot on this decrepit junk pile. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate bylaws specifically state a room must be maintained for the chairman's exclusive use. Ask away.
We'll be leaving now. Well, that was a whole lot of information we just got. I wonder what that luxury stateroom looks like. I bet we'll find out. One thing that I really like about the Groundbreaker are these little shops that you find all over the place. They're just really unique and different.
To the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report.
Hearty greeting, potential customer. Welcome to Auntie's Kitchen, a home-style consumable protein dispensary. May this unit dispense proteins for your ingestion?
Yes, you may.
Beginning dispensing sequence. Please unblock all relevant facial protein ingestion tubes.
It looks like she's got some interesting snacks for us.
Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged. What's occupying your thoughts?
We'll definitely get into the Vicar's mission a little bit later, and I think that some of the clues that we need are on this ship.
Stay in the public areas, and we'll get along fine.
Okay. Now, let's head down to the back base and see if we can help get these parts back. I really love how as you progress in the game, you get these like little flyers that talk about the things that you did and the missions that you completed. It reminds me a little bit of, I think it was Fallout 3, where when you would achieve different things, you would hear about it on the radio as the game went on, and I thought that was a really neat thing.
Who the... Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king.
Well, then let's parley.
Time to feed the flames.
It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out,
But only room for one captain.
Put that thing down before you incinerate the entire deck.
I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me. Keep talking. I like the sound of your voice.
I'm here for some parts. Junlei sent me.
That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't even know we were here.
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she?
We're still playing with her last sacrifice out back, with the crew.
You don't just ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court. You bring tribute, sacrifices, prophecy, shit like that.
Now, since I really don't want to spend that money, and I can't fib my way out of this one yet, I'll go ahead and drink a couple of brews, and that should give us enough of a boost to our charisma so that we can talk him into it.
Neighbor from above, what brings you to my little moonlight kingdom? Everything
Still
has
got
a
those
price.
parts?
How much are you willing to pay?
For parts leaking deadly toxins, I'll just come back when you're dead.
Under its skin, this ship is all poison and darkness.
Lead bones, asbestos muscle. Maybe you're right. You've got the run of the kingdom. Up those stairs, you'll find the parts. My crew won't get in your way.
Got it. Thanks, McRed.
Kingdom.
How did you end up back here?
Ship got impounded. The crew and I racked up a debt while we were grounded, and my baby got sold to Sublight. Scrapped for parts. That's bureaucracy for you. Piracy with a smile.
Sounds a lot like what happened to me.
Am I your dark reflection? Shit, must be getting old. Stay here too long, and the groundbreaker drains you like a fuel tank.
Be seeing you.
You can come and go in my little kingdom. Just try not to piss off any of the gestures.
The back bays are all the home we have, and the only home we need.
Poor guy.
You're all right.
Smells kind of like old Bess's outflow pipes.
Did you get that automech patch? McRed wants it up and running.
I'm trying to think of a good name before I wake it up.
Don't give it a name. What are you thinking? He hasn't got a heart? Not like us.
Not a peep from me.
If you want to try to sneak through and get the parts, you can definitely use this little secret entrance, which is to the left of the main entrance, and bypass all of the conversation and everyone and just grab the parts you need and go.
Oh yeah? Fuck your birthday.
There we are.
Good stuff. I've been tripping for days.
Careful with that shit. You'll end up as crazy as he is.
It takes crazy to live in this universe. Crazy cosmos. Crazy cosmos. Ah, gotta solve the time again.
Boss says you're all right.
Now, before you leave the back base, make sure that you grab the little robot model in the basement called Petey. And that goes in Parvati's room later on. And it's a unique item, so make sure you grab it. I just stole it because it was really hard to sneak around these guys. And they had a really low check for lying and persuasion. So there was no problem there. Always save unless you like repeating yourself.
What do you think you're doing?
I was just leaving.
Go on before I change my mind.
I just want to see if I can get away with it again.
What do you think you're doing? Best make yourself scarce now.
Nice, that's good to know. Let's see if we can help the other engineer that Junlei sent down here.
You're the first person I've seen who talked their way past McRed. It may not sound like much, but take my word for it. Wow.
What brings you to the back base?
Junlei sent me down to collect the parts we need to fix the radiators. McRed got me all distracted sucking fumes and talking about the cosmos.
Youth these days have no principles.
I can't tell if you brought friends or if I'm still seeing things, so maybe I ought to lay off the fumes and head back to work.
I came to grab some radiator parts. Engineering could use your help installing them.
I'll get back to my post. See you topside, stranger.
Great. Well, it seems that this went just about as well as it could go. Let's go loot the rest of this place before we leave.
It's so cozy.
Sweet new outfit. This area is isolated enough so that you can pretty much take everything without anybody spotting you, which is great.
Crew?
Nope. You're asking.
We got another complaint. People don't like worms in their shrooms.
Aw, they're just tilling the soil. Besides, they're my friends.
Find a new friend. This worm fixation is screwing with our bottom line.
Ew, worms. So now that we're done pretty much exploring the rest of the back bays, we'll go ahead and come up topside and talk to Junlei. She's going to be happy that we got these parts. I'm so glad to finally have time to come back around to this series and to playing this game again. This is my first playthrough of The Outer Worlds, so I don't know what the story is going to bring, and I'm super excited. And the fact that there's new content that came out recently that just looks amazing just has me even more pumped to get through the storyline and see what they have for us next. I really think this is one of the best games of 2020. I don't know, the last 5 years for sure. There's a level of dialogue and detail in this game that far surpasses a lot of the games that I've played over the years.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you have what it takes?
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed.
I got those parts for the radiator. Now what?
Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation.
I'll make my way down there.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
Keep your wits about you down there. I don't want to clean crispy freelancer bits out of the radiators.
Ew, I don't want that either.
The controls are in the back of the machinery stacked area. Keep clear of the radiators. You don't need to kill the mantillae, but I'd be mighty grateful if you did.
Oh, I think we do need to kill the mantillae. Usually before a fight, I gear up with a weapon of each type, and whenever there's robots around, I make sure to use a weapon that has an electric charge so that it takes them out right away.
Think about giant insects.
Nice hit!
Song tells me the security mechanicals booted up. So they're not using that ridiculous. Fast as you can. Shoot back if you need to. I can always fix them later.
I wonder if this is what she meant by slight mantillae infestation.
Processing.
Here they come!
Here
they come.
Honestly, it's easier to take these guys down with a stick. I think that it's super interesting that they let you pick flaws in this game. That's something that I've never seen before. There's tons of loot in this place, so don't forget to look around once you've taken out all the enemies. This must be the terminal that we need to access for Junlei. I really like how you can learn more about the backstory of Groundbreaker and Junlei's grandmother and mother, and how they tended to the ship and how much they love being this rogue pirate space station. It's really, really one of the best parts of the game so far for me. Honestly, every single world that we discover ever since the first or the beginning of the game has been amazing to me. I really can't wait to get through this and to go to the next expansion pack like I mentioned before.
Done. The temperatures are dropping.
While you're in the middle of a fight in this game, it's very easy to miss little pieces of loot and treasure like this. The elevator music in this game is so funny, I love it.
Temps are lowering across the station. Anyone outside is getting a hell of a light show from the droplet arrays. Thanks for the help. Let me know if you ever need to borrow a wrench or something.
Well, thank you, my dude.
Junlei is about the only thing holding this leaky old wreck together.
If this is about the leak on level 14, I already know.
Scheduled advertisement for the following story. Remember Auntie Cleo, because she remembers you. When you were sick, who took your temperature?
Groundbreaker may be a leaky piece of shit, but she's our leaky piece of shit.
Auntie Cleo, that's who.
I think I heard Chief Junlei looking for you. You better go find her real quick, like, she's not the most patient
You've been
person.
listening to Halcyon News. Your mandated duty as a good citizen of...
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
I'll be on my way then.
Groundbreaker's safe from melting to bits now. Lots of good people can rest easy because of you.
Thank you, Parvati.
I could spend hours reflecting on the secret workings of the universe. Little else in this colony offers such a relaxing pastime. So, tell me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening.
Let's get back to the ship. Junlei's locket. A small inscription reads, "Holding it all together takes elbow grease, the right tools, and a shitty attitude. Love, Grandma." Alright, we're going to head back to the Unreliable for the night, but we know now that there are still plenty of us to do on the Groundbreaker, as well as many, many people to meet.
CNP near maple syrup. It's near this complete breakfast.
Our freshly ungrounded ship.
Have either of the assault cruisers ever put into Groundbreaker?
Oh? Who's this waiting for us by the door? Could this be Mr. Felix?
Hey, you got a second?
Sure.
Fancy running into you again. Don't mind me. It's just admiring your ship from up close. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me.
You're pretty eager to throw in with someone you barely know.
Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired.
All right, Felix. Tell me why I should hire you.
You're serious. You're giving me a shot. All right. Hang on. I put together a little speech, just in case you asked. Hey there. I'm Felix Millstone. I have prepared a list of reasons why I believe you should hire me to join the crew of your ship and/or outlaw gang.
I'm enjoying this. Go on.
Firstly, I am highly personable, and I get along well with anyone who is not of the jackass persuasion.
I'm sorry. He's funny.
Secondly, I can be counted on in the event of a firefight, standoff, and/or raid. My motto is, if you need a steady gun hand, I'm your man. That motto is it's a work in progress. Additionally, I have several years of experience as a box hauler. This skill may come in handy if you need a body dragged away or a door held open while escaping enemy fire. In conclusion, thank you for considering me for your ship crew and/or outlaw gang. I look forward to our adventures together.
I thought that was real good, Felix.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. What do you think? Am I in?
I haven't made up my mind yet. How about an interview?
Sure, an interview. That sounds fair. I mean, first time for everything, right? Ask me anything you like.
What's the value of pie?
It's delicious. Mock apple pie and a tripicale crust, maybe with a little cream on top. Classic.
Are you any good in a fight?
Are you kidding? I love a good fight. One time, I took an autoloader's head clean off its servos with one swing of a tossball stick. You can count on me in a scrap, boss. That's a promise.
What's your biggest flaw?
Foreman told me my biggest problem was that I didn't take orders. I told him my problem is not with authority, it's with jackasses. So yeah, I guess my biggest flaw is that I don't suffer idiots. Hope that's not a deal breaker.
Perfect. You're hired.
Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not gonna regret this.
We'll see you on the ship, Felix.
I'll just gather my personals and meet you on board. This is gonna be great.
You got a crew now, Felix.
Indeed, and just like that, we've picked up a new crew member.
As always, I am at your disposal. Anything you'd like to discuss?
Even though our ship has been ungrounded, I think we're going to stay on the Groundbreaker a little bit more so that we can take care of some business and obviously get that pass from Gladys in order to get to Monarch.
Pick up any more strays while you were out? I suppose if the crew's quarters fill up, we could hang hammocks in the cargo hold.
Oh, Ada, you're always so salty with me.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
I'd like to learn more about the colony.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
The Groundbreaker.
We're cleared to dock with the Groundbreaker if that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously.
You can take care of that for us, right?
I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship.
Great, thanks.
You are more than welcome, Captain. See you soon, Captain.
Let's go see how Felix is settling in and if he's picked a room yet. Here we go. In praise of arson, oh my god. Felix, no fire on the ship. It's bleeding.
Can't believe I got... Good to see you, boss.
So how'd you end up on the Groundbreaker?
Didn't I tell you? I'm secretly the chairman's orphan child, abandoned at birth in the back bays.
And then you were raised by a pack of sprats, right?
That's right. Can't get anything past you, boss. Honestly, before you picked me up, I was living in the back bays. Spent my whole life up there, watching ships roll in and take off. I always wondered when my ship would come. I was what folks on the Groundbreaker call a stowaway. Means I was invisible. Life carried on for everybody else, but not for me. I had to make my own way.
You were a stowaway?
That's what they called us. Orphans with no family, no company to take us in, nowhere to go but the back bays. The word's a touch kindlier than rung leech, but the meaning's just as clear. If you can't support your own self, you don't deserve to be on the Groundbreaker.
How did you manage?
Same way we all do. Look for work and hope somebody would give me a shot. Hauling boxes was about the only work I could find. Hated every second of it. Foreman and I never got on.
Right, the incident with the tossball stick.
Could be I was overreacting. A better man might have turned the other cheek. Exercised a little bit of that, what's the word? Restraint? But on the other hand, broadsiding the jackass with a tossball stick, that felt good. That felt real good. You ought to try it.
If we have a disagreement, I expect you to be civilized.
Oh, I can do civilized. Proper civilized, too. Genuflecting and everything. I caught a real lucky break. If you hadn't picked me up, I'd still be back at the docks, waiting for the day my ship arrives.
I'm glad you're not wasting your life hauling boxes.
Yeah. I guess my ship did arrive in the end. I've got you to thank for that. Thanks for listening, boss. Let's get going.
Aw, Felix is a sweet kid. Let's find Parvati.
Hey, Captain. Can I get your temperature on something real quick?
Sure.
So, Junlei and I have been talking some. Through messages. I got him here on my datapad, and well, she sent me a poem. One she wrote her own self, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I should read into it. Because poems are all symbolic and such, right? It's not so good. But real sweet.
Comes from the heart, you'd say?
Oh, law. That's what's got me spooked. I don't rightly know. It's about this engine that's been shaking itself apart. Then this lady mechanic comes by and lays one hand on it. The trouble goes away. It sings. I don't want to get too hopeful, but I'm wondering if maybe she's the engine and I'm the lady? It's a real romantic poem. It made my chest hurt, kinda.
Sounds like she likes you.
I don't know where it's leading yet, or if I'm misinterpreting. I'm not much interested in physical stuff. Never have been. Leastways not like other folks seem to be. It's not that I can't, I just don't care for it. It's been a problem in the past. The folk who wanted to be with me back in the Vale, they said I was cold.
You're about the warmest person I've ever met. To hell with them.
Thanks, Captain. That makes me feel a touch better. I actually had another message from Junlei. I just couldn't work up the courage to open it. But I'm gonna change that. Right now. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Talking about old friends, thinking... Isabel? Who's Isabel?
Everything okay?
They were... close, Captain. Like, more than friends close.
They were. Not anymore?
I don't know. Junlei talked about them like it was past, but how far in the past? 10 years? Last week? Captain, I'm feeling all mixed up right now. Could we maybe head to the Groundbreaker? Get some drinks at that bar there? The Lost Hope?
If that's what you want, the next time we hit the Groundbreaker, the drinks are on me.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be ready.
Don't worry, Parvati. We'll help you set up a nice date with Junlei so that you guys can get this all sorted out.
Just to warn you, we may have a bedbug infestation. I am investigating non-toxic extermination measures. Non-toxic to you, I mean.
Thank you so much for joining me for episode 9 of The Outer Worlds.
CNP
Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like. And check out the other videos on this and other
Are you listening
playlists so
to
that
me,
you don't miss
Emperor?
out on any gaming content. Until the next one, friends, stay safe and happy wanderings.
Last I heard, the board was in dispute with the renegade company. Sounded dire.
Rizzo's mock apple cider. A hard cider for us. Hard life.
I had a question about your plan, Mr. Vicar.
Of course. The cosmos is generated and directed by the universal equation, also known as the Grand Plan. By contemplating the teleological order of things, one can achieve verity. Oh, right. You had a question?
Never mind. That about answers it.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the Scholar shipped in and out with. By verity, by strength. What are we contemplating today?